3, 2. What? We back for another week of the Rick Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick. Back for another one.
We back.
Sure.
Yeah, so, hey, also is back. Love Island. Side note.
Oh, I never watched that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We've been watching season 1. We watched season 1. Right now, this is kind of dry, so don't watch this season. At least don't start with this season. If you ever do watch, don't start with this season.
Really?
Yeah.
How many seasons are there?
I think this is season 8.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. It's plenty to watch, but season 1 was phenomenal, and then the last 2 seasons, so 7, and then 6 was probably the best one.
Gotcha.
I think 6 is the one that had Odell Beckham Jr.'s little brother on it, and he's cool. He was good. He was good.
Got you.
Yeah, he made his own name.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of memes and stuff about it, but
yeah,
I never watched that one.
Yeah. So that's something that we watch, but that's a side note. But and then also, obviously From back on. Yeah. Did you pick up the season 4 yet?
Nope. I see episode 7 just came out though.
All right, we're starting to get some some answers.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, at least. Well, maybe they tricking us again. I don't know. Maybe they tricking us. But I've been seeing we've been watching. We just finished episode 7, and then I see people explaining their theories behind it, and some of these theories actually make you think, and make you wonder. And I don't want to do it because if I tell some of the theories and it kind of tells what's going on right now, but there's some you could probably wait till the season's done to pick it up and then you can binge it because it's kind of frustrating to watch when they how they do, they cut it off on those cliffhangers and you gotta wait a whole week to figure out what's happening next. I hate that.
Right. I was going, if I did start, I was going to wait till all of them are available and I just binge them.
That's the smartest thing. It's not worth sitting here waiting and being frustrated about it because I get frustrated. I just want to see it.
Yeah. So I saw that The Shy is back on. I've been watching that.
I never even started that. I hear it's good though.
Yeah, it's turned into a little drama.
How many seasons is it?
So intermingled. What's this, season 5? I think. I want to say let me double check. But yeah, I've been watching that. What else have I been watching? Well, we've been watching this show called Mean Girls on Hulu. Just mini docs on different women that commit pretty much murder.
Oh, okay. They called them Mean Girls.
That's what the show is called. Yeah. So
that's far from mean.
I know that's evil.
Yeah. There you go. Go.
Season 8. I don't know why I said 5.
Mean Girls. Mean Girls is a movie with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
But
it's called Mean Girls. It's called Mean Girls. That's the show title.
No, I know. I'm saying.
You're saying that is reserved for the movie with I feel
those are actual mean girls. They're just high school girls. But mean where you got women offing people, that's beyond mean.
That's beyond mean. That's the last one we watched was the one about the Miss Little Florida teen pageant girl. She won a couple pageants and then her and her boyfriend ended up taking a gentleman's life.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Why did they do it? I can't remember why, but yeah.
That pageant life seems tough, man, because a lot of them, it seems like, not gonna say a lot, but it do seem like some of those women come out with just some type of trauma or something like that afterwards because of all the stuff they have to do.
For her story they particularly painted that. That story.
It was interesting. I saw this clip and everybody in the clip, they was laughing and stuff like that. But how you can look at somebody's face and tell they're telling the truth, but they're telling the truth in a way that it's they're trying to make it funny for you, but for them, they're also trying to tell you their story. And so it was one of those pageant ladies, and they asked her if you could do anything in the world right now, what would you do? She said, I would eat every food in the world. But she was like smiling the whole time. She was like, I would eat every food in the world. In fact, I would probably eat it twice. And everybody was like laughing and clapping and stuff like that. And she was like smiling, but it looked like one of those painful smiles. Like I'm serious. Like this is torture.
Yeah, you know? Force.
Yeah.
All that stuff is force, yeah. And it's beyond me, but it seemed like when they were interrogating her, training on how to like answer questions and hold a conversation, be charming and all that.
Yeah.
That really shine through. Because her interrogation, like it was just a normal conversation for her. She was just like, yeah, just joking back and forth with him. I was like,
so my question is, where did like all this pageant stuff originate though? Because it seems odd because they started off with like a lot of these women start off as young girls, like they're like 3, 4, 5 years old doing this stuff. And they just do it their whole life, you know. But it's like really strict. It's much like how like you ever seen Dance Moms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems much like that. Like they start off very young and they just keep doing it their whole life. And it's almost like they never have a childhood, because even as children, it seems like they're like, you got to eat this, you got to wear this, you got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a manicured life.
Yeah. That's what it is. A different life, manicured lifestyle. I don't know where it came from. You tell me.
No, I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just throwing a question. This wasn't a topic. It was just something that made me think, because I'm thinking like, to me, there's really, out of the pageant, this is outside looking in, there's nothing that you win for real, except like
notoriety.
Notoriety, because it's not like they become millionaires or nothing like that out of this.
They get a little cash prize or something, but
they get a little. It's like the Olympics, except you're not getting a gold medal. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're paying more than it pays you. Yeah. Exactly.
And so it's kind of, I don't know, because I don't know. It just does. I just don't see the point in it. Like I have daughters, and I don't want them to do that.
Good.
No, I don't. I just, because I feel for the ones that are doing it. Like respect to, like, you know, the ones that are able to have healthy balances. Right. Because you could say the same thing about sports, really. You know what I mean? Like pushing kids in sports, but you have to have a balance. But at least in that, your kid does have an opportunity to go pro and actually become, you know, like a pro athlete makes a lot of money. So, you know, that grind is for something at the end. You know what I mean? Whereas to me, like outside looking again, pageants is like that grind is to get to Miss Universe, and then you do whatever you do, like they do like their charity work and stuff like that for like a year or something like that.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just next person. Yep. You know what I mean? Whereas if you make it to the NBA, you can run that for about 10 years at least. Well, you can run that for 10 to 15 years, depending on how good you are. Mm-hmm. At least you can get at least maybe 1 or 2 seasons, you know, just to make it.
Yeah. I don't know how does that become a goal? Like for young women, are they fed the pageant life? I see it. It seems like all the, you know, documentaries and media around it seems like the moms have a strong role into persuading or encouraging their daughters to go that route. So
yeah,
they were in it, or
that's what it seems like. Sometimes it's like the moms have been a part of it when they were kids.
Yeah.
They got to a certain level, and then again, the same thing in sports. Like as a dad, like if you have a son, I made it to college, but I didn't get to play in the pros. I'm gonna train my kid, and then they'll take it the next level.
Right.
Yep. But that's what I'm saying. Like again, it's like it just doesn't seem like you said, the payoff doesn't seem like it's worth it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't make it, you did all that, and it's probably traumatic because like I said, all the dieting and looking this certain way, you don't have that with sports. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you're growing up as a kid, nobody's telling you can't have McDonald's. You can still eat McDonald's. In fact, if you plan, that might be your reward. Like if you drop 20 today, I'll get you some McDonald's. Cool. I'm 7 years old. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they figure you're gonna work all that stuff off anyway if you become that. You know what I mean?
Being that active.
Yeah. So it's like you still get to be a kid when you play when you play sports. You know what I mean? You don't have to talk a certain way or dress a certain way. You get to just be a kid. Like you wake up. I just remember being a kid, waking up on Saturday mornings. Mama made breakfast. We go play at the league on Saturday mornings. Grab some McDonald's after the game, and then I'm back in the house playing NBA Live or something. You know what I mean?
That's exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Now, obviously, I didn't go pro, but I mean, like, that's not too different for most kids. Like most kids, when you were like 7, 8 years old playing basketball or football or whatever, exactly. You just went and played your game, you ate and came home. Yeah.
Sunday mornings and afternoons. Yep.
Yeah. But there was no like structure to say you can't do this, you can't eat that, you got to say this and dress like it wasn't that. You know what I mean?
At all.
So
it was just pay attention and practice and learn the plays.
Exactly. That's it. Once the game is over, once practice and game is over, you get back in there and do your homework. That's about it. Do that schoolwork, go play the game, stay out of trouble, that type of stuff. You know, the normal kid stuff, but
exactly. Yep.
I don't know. That's interesting though.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Her story was her mom forced her to, so that probably had a lot of effect on her. And then she never won because I guess she was an outcast the whole time. So that also had effect on her.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. I'm not condoning obviously what she did. I mean, but I do have some I feel some type of way for the kids that are forced or whatever the situation is that they don't really want to do that stuff, but their parents are kind of putting them in that, and it's like
that's their forced creative outlet or chosen creative outlet. That sucks.
It's and there's a balance, right? Like, because as a parent, like I want my kids to play sports, but I want them to try all the sports and see what it is they like. And then if they don't like any sports, like if like for example, if my oldest, she decide I don't want to play any of these sports, I want to be an artist. All right, let's figure that out. You know what I'm saying? What type of art you want to do? You want to paint, you want to sing, or music, whatever. Figure out what type of thing you actually enjoy. Because and down the road it can make you some money depending on what you do with it. But
if not, I mean, it can be something fun that you enjoy.
An outlet.
Yeah.
And so there is a balance, but it's like, so I guess if anything is like forced in my mind, it would be like, hey, you're going to at least try some of these sports. You're going to try all of them, but let's try some of these sports. Pick 2 or 3 sports and let's just give them a shot. See what you like. If you don't like them at all, cool. Let's go on to the next thing, But I do think that that's important, that kids at least try an activity.
What if you had an instance where a kid try an activity and they're just naturally uncoordinated, like it's just tough for them?
Yeah.
How do you look at that?
So here's the thing. I don't have I don't know how to say this in the right way. I'll just say it like this. I don't really have sympathy towards an uncoordinated kid if you're not trying, because only reason why, because I was the uncoordinated kid.
Okay.
So basketball was not natural for me. Actually, it was just basketball, because baseball I was actually decent at. I just didn't like baseball. I was actually good at that. I just did not like it. I wasn't good at hitting. I was good at I can catch anything. I was a catcher, so I was a catcher and I played outfield, and I can catch anything. That I had no fear of catching. But hitting, it wasn't that I was afraid. I just couldn't. My hand-eye coordination still wasn't good. But basketball, super uncoordinated. I was not fast at all. I'm super slow. Couldn't jump very high. Couldn't stay on my feet. When I started out, dribbling was like, some kids just know how to dribble, whatever. I mean, it was bad, dude.
Okay.
When I say it was bad starting out, but my parents kept me in it. They was just like, all right, well, let's go put you in this development. Like I started out in the South Suburban. So anybody out there from Kansas City, they know South Suburban. It's a tough league for a kid, because if you don't know how to play, I don't know how they do it nowadays, but back then, 5 years old, bro, they full court pressing. It wasn't all that like, oh, you gotta wait till half court. No, 5 years old, you don't know how to dribble. Full court press, take the ball from you, lay up, and if they let the goals down. They put the little goal on there, let it down. But yeah, you learned what a press break was at 5, and you either learned how to beat it, or you didn't. You get your confidence taken from you every time. So, but what my dad did was he took me out of that for like a year, because they had like a draft and stuff like that, and so people didn't really want to pick me up because I was pretty bad. I was taller than everybody, but I was bad. I wasn't good.
Gotcha.
They put me in the YMCA where you can't take the ball, you can't block shots, and so my dad told me, he was like, "Hey, they can't steal the ball from you, and they can't block your shot. So just dribble to the lane and lay it up." I knew how to do layups. I learned that, and I can dribble enough to get to where I need to go. But if somebody was in front of me, like in the other league, they'd just take it from me.
Gotcha.
So when he told me that, I was like, "Oh, you can't take the ball from me." So I was scoring like 30 a game because these kids were worse than me, So then that's where I went back from that the next year, and then I had my confidence, and then it was a complete 180. Like now, I'm still on bad teams, but I'm the best player on those bad teams now.
Got you.
So I say that to say I don't have sympathy for the kid that is uncoordinated and not try. Yeah, because if you try, you can get good at something. You can get good enough to be competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I know how uncoordinated I was growing up, and if you're more uncoordinated than me, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, because you might not need to play any sport, because I'm telling you, if you see me, you'll see what I'm talking about. You see this big old clumsy kid at 5, 6, even 7 years old, because I don't think I did the YMCA till I was like 8.
Okay.
So for at least 3 seasons, I was just the tall, clumsy kid that had no clue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know how I would respond. I'd be like, all right, let's get to training. We're gonna learn something.
It's tough though. It is tough, because it's like it's also the kid too. Like, the kid has to want to do. We also, like, everybody in my neighborhood. When I was doing that, I was in an apartment, so everybody played basketball. So, I wanted to learn. You know what I mean? So I can play with my friends. But if the kid don't want to learn, I mean, to me at that point, you just take them out, because you'll be frustrated.
Yeah, you probably be more frustrated than the kid.
Yeah, and then you lose the sense. That's when you become one of those parents, like you're forcing your kid to do something they don't want to learn how to do. You know what I mean? Your kid doesn't want to learn how to play basketball, football, whatever. And
right,
I would like I said, I would like for them to at least try. But if it ain't in the cards, it ain't in the cards. That's how people get hurt, is you putting them in stuff, and you start forming, all these things that you start putting on a kid. It sticks with them. You know what I mean? And it'll bring the worst out of you too. So as a parent,
my brother, I think he played a couple. He tried. He never tried football. He did flag, and I guess it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
So I think he stuck with basketball the longest, and then after that, it was a wrap.
Yeah. My daughter Nova, she be playing soccer. And it's not that she's not good at soccer, because she actually kicks very well. I think she just gets nervous, but I don't even try to yell, because it's like,
right,
there's no point. Like, she's 4 and she's just trying to learn it. You know what I mean? Like,
she's figuring it out.
Yeah, get confidence. You know what I mean? So
she's learning mechanics and stuff like that. Learn how to just kick the ball, run to it. Yeah, understand that. Yep.
And so I can appreciate that. So like when she finishes the game, I'm like, hey, you know what? You ran hard. You had a good kick. Oh, you blocked that one. Even if it was an accident, you still did it. So like, I try to find things like to get excited about for, like, I'm like, man, you did a great job with this. Like, I loved how hard you ran today. You was zooming. You put your head down and you just started running fast. And she was like, yeah, I did. I'm like, exactly. Because I think that's important for your confidence as a kid. Hey, my parents still support me, even though I didn't get a goal today.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. We're not playing for scholarships. Just
having fun.
Yeah, just have fun. Get your energy out. So,
commendable.
Yeah. So, side note, I don't know if you gotten to watch any movies, like go to the movie theaters.
I saw Scary Movie 6.
Was it good?
I rated it 6.5, I believe.
Okay, that's what I've been seeing. I've been seeing a lot of like 6 to 7.
Yeah. It was surprisingly, it was funny. Well, it had funny parts, more funny parts than I anticipated. But I just wish some of them it was just too quick. Like they didn't get into it enough. And I understand, they keep the movie going, but some of I just wish they would have expanded on the bit a little bit more, like maybe a minute or two, a couple scenes. But yeah, some of the parodies. But yeah, and then they brought. Oh, that's a spoiler, so I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, they even made do the self-aware commentary throughout the movie and stuff like that. So that was cool to see. But it could have been better. It wasn't no 1 or 2.
So I heard some views around kind of like the same thing you're saying, but on the opposite side. I heard somebody say they felt like some of those bits lasted longer than they should have.
Really?
And then I heard one that said something similar to what you said, was that it was just a lot of moments. Like there was no.
It was a lot of moments.
There was no like collective story. Like Scary Movie 1 and 2 had a story, right? That they had these moments within the story rather than these were just individual moments that didn't really mesh well. And at least that's what they were making it sound like, was that this one had all these individual moments that were a part of a story but didn't feel like it. They felt like
it was very disconjointed.
Yeah, okay.
Disjointed, whatever.
I do want to see it because
yeah, it's because the Wayans bros.
Yeah, I like the Wayans. I'll watch just because of them, even though they ain't been on par as like how they used to be back in the day. But I mean, that's expected as you get older and times change and stuff like that. So
yeah. So yeah, I saw that. Saw Mortal Kombat.
Was that good?
That was dope. That was really good.
Okay.
No, who was that stupid ass character that they followed in the last movie? Anyways, none of him. It was the actual characters in the game.
Okay.
And a lot of like odes to the game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Easter eggs and stuff. But that was at the movies. Outside the movies, I watched a couple things. Hokum, Normal, the drama. That was actually that was interesting. The drama. They Will Kill You. I'm in the middle of Project Hail Mary.
Oh my gosh. Are these all horror movies?
No, these ain't horror movies. No. Hokum is horror.
Yeah.
Normal is action. Drama is the drama with Zendaya. That's like a comedy romance drama. They Will Kill You is an action comedy horror type.
Okay.
With Zazie, what's her name? Zazie Beetz. You should check that out actually.
Okay. What's it on?
What is that on? Who was that?
The little one.
She come first.
We have a special guest.
I
don't think y'all ever seen that one. That's the that's the little one.
She can't zoom in. I have to switch back the tab to see her.
Yeah, that one has never made an appearance on the show before, so you've seen a glimpse of her. Yeah, she's a funny one. She's a funny one.
It's all on demand. Like you have to purchase them at Apple, Amazon Prime, all that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to wait then.
When you wait, we'll chat about it. What have you seen though recently?
I haven't. So that's the thing. I wanted to go to the movies. I wanted to see the Scary Movie. I wanted to see Backrooms. Is what I wanted to see.
Oh yeah, I want to see that too. I've heard the reviews on that.
I have too. I have too. And I wanted to see Obsession because I heard Obsession was great.
I want to see that too. Latour been chatting about that.
I watch his skits. Him and it's Curry and what's the other guy's name? But it's a group of them actually, and it's called That's a Bad Idea or something like that. They have an Instagram and stuff. I used to watch all this stuff, so when I saw it was him that made it, I had a feeling it was gonna be pretty good because I know they were doing like a lot of YouTube stuff.
Gotcha.
Like YouTube shorts and stuff like that.
Is that for Obsession? You talking about?
Yeah, for Obsession. Yeah. And so he I think he wrote that. Curry Baker or something like that. Yeah, he wrote that. But they're funny. I know that they make good stuff because even their skits are pretty well thought out, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
yeah, I want to see both of those as well.
Yeah. I've heard great things about them though. A lot of people are saying Obsession is a must see. I've heard people saying that Backrooms was a must see. So
yeah. Is the Backrooms out everywhere?
I think so. Well, actually, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna see if it's even out here.
Yeah,
Now
it's out here.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, actually, you can watch this down the street.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I might try to check this out this week or something.
Yeah, might not. That wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah.
To see in theater.
Yeah.
Because, it's a unique concept, a new concept.
We talked about that on here, didn't we?
Or yeah, we talked about the Backrooms. Yeah.
I'm about to say I didn't know if it was an actual episode or just a moment. It might have been an actual episode, but I can't remember. But yeah, definitely want to check that out. It's still a creepy concept to this day of Backrooms. You said that's the stuff that started on 4chan though, right? That started on 4chan. Is that what you said?
Did it? No, I'm not sure where Backroom started.
Oh, okay.
It probably was some niche internet stuff though. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Where did it even come from? Backrooms origin. It said invented in a 2019 thread on the image board website 4chan. Yep.
2019, huh?
Yeah. It seems like it would have been
more recent,
earlier than that.
Yeah. But I guess it didn't. It wasn't though, because we didn't talk about Backrooms back then.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more, especially being younger, just being more interested in stuff like that.
What would be a back room that you would be terrified to wake up in? Just randomly you walk into or wake up in, whatever. Or
well, I was basement of this hotel I was in. Yeah, it was pretty wild. Just it was like, it wasn't even paisley carpet, but it was just pattern carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And with the walls, because the walls were like wood panel.
Mm-hmm.
The floor was like not burgundy, but reddish, brown, tan, those type colors. It was yellow, not fluorescent lights, but just the soft lights that just made everything blend. So yeah, probably that. That's the only one I could think about or actualize in my mind. Other ones are all like made up that I just seen online and stuff. So what about you? Is there a particular
school?
Oh, see, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
But more particularly, and I'm thinking like elementary school, because those are creepy. Yeah, that would be that. I'm like, I got to get out of here. But the creepiest part to me though is like when I was reading about them, is like it's the lack of sound. Apparently, like they're super quiet. Like there's not really anything going on. Mm-hmm. That part is eerie to me, because it's just like I'm a person that I'm big on that. Like I like to go to sleep with sound. I like to have, I'm used to there's something going on,
Right.
So whenever it gets too quiet, that's when I start getting nervous. Whenever it's way too quiet, I can't do that. So that in and of itself, if it's silent anywhere, that's going to bother me. But in a little elementary school or something like that, and I'm just walking around and there's no exit, I'm freaking out.
Turning down hallway after hallway. Yeah, that would be wild.
I'm probably going to just sit down in a corner and wait for somebody to come get me. Hope that somebody can come and get me.
Would it be just any school or a school that you're familiar with? What if it was? I think that would kind of make it worse for me.
Yeah, if it's one that I'm familiar with, yeah, that's gonna bother me because
I'll be like looking for the exit.
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm about to say, because I know this. Yeah, I know this, and I can't find the exit. So now I'm about to, because it's like to me, it's like the same concept, like on a smaller scale. You ever been like, I still have these, well, not now, but I used to have these dreams in my adulthood where I'm at school, like I'm at high school, but I forget my locker code, but I got to go to class.
Mm-hmm.
And that anxiety that you get where it's like, I know my code, but I cannot figure out You know, am I putting the wrong order or am I off a number? But I know my code. I have a feeling I got it in the back of my mind. I just can't think of it. And then the bell's ringing. It's like, you got to go.
Yep.
It's that feeling, but like multiplied immensely, you know, where it's like, I know this layout. I know where everything is. I know whose class is here. I know, you know, the cafeteria is right here. There's supposed to be a door to go out right there. And I can't, there's no door.
No door.
So
or
that
was another hall.
Yeah, exactly. So my anxiety would go up ridiculously because of that, because I have a knowledge of this and I can't figure it out.
Yep. Same here. I feel you.
But if it's someplace I don't know, I feel like for me, I'm an optimist. So I always have hope. Like, well, I don't know. Let me turn this way. Did I turn this way last time? And so I'd probably just walk around for hours, just like, I might find it.
Yeah. Have you ever had a dream like you were in the back room or anything like that?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. It's the same dream. I think I told you about this. It's the dream of, I don't know if it's not like necessarily a back room, but it is always, it used to be always the same place. It was like a I'm coming out of a cave. I'm going down. It's always like some type of operation, like a military operation or something. Come out of a cave, I go down into a lab, and sometime in this lab there's different things, but usually it's like zombies. I go down to this lab, there's zombies in the area. I gotta evade them. I get out of the zombie area, and then I end up inside of like a house. The house looks familiar, like kind of like my childhood home, but then it doesn't feel like my childhood home. And I'm always like running. I'm always running through, like I know where I'm going. And I always go to the same room. I go to this closet, and then there's like this on the floor. There's like a little latch you can pull up and go down into like this like vent. But every time I would have this dream, the vent always got smaller, but it would be just big enough for me to squeeze through. And I'm claustrophobic too. So sometimes I would get stuck, but I would make it out, and I would fall out into a garage. It's like all these random things, but all these places felt familiar for some reason.
Okay.
And I'll drop out to the garage, and then I'll come out the garage, and then I would be in my childhood backyard though when I come out the garage, even though that's not how the house
works. Yeah.
And I would always be in there, and I always had to hop over the fence and then run down this road, and then that's the end of it. But I would always wake up right there. And sometimes there's different things chasing me when I wake up or when I'm come out the garage. It's not always the same thing, but close to a back room, because there was almost felt like there was no exit, but there was, but you know. So
yeah.
What about you?
That one? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Not a backroom dream.
Yeah. And I don't even know if that counts, but that's the closest I get to one.
Yeah.
I haven't had that one in a long time, but I used to have that every few months for like a 4 to 5 year span.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the last backroom dream I had was when I volunteered at the hospital in junior high. I would volunteer at the hospital. I would deliver what were they called? I don't know, the machines that they hooked up to the IVs. Yeah, basically the machines they hooked up to the IVs and stuff like that. I would take them to the rooms, and when they requested them to different sections of the hospital. Yeah. So I got to run around the hospital. I got to go to a lot of different areas of the hospital that, just the regular workers didn't get to go to. So I remember I got to ride the elevator that went to the morgue and shit like that. That would scare me. Like, I'll always be scared to get on that elevator. And I will always go to the basement where they held where they would just have equipment, and you would go look for equipment and try to take it up to the place, stock room or whatever. That shit was terrifying because that's down by the morgue area as well. But yeah, I would have dreams about the hospital and just being like down in that basement and not being able to get out and kind of being trapped down there. So
yeah,
that would probably be my backroom dream.
Boy, a hospital would be terrifying though.
Bro, I don't know how I like thinking back on. I was always by myself, in that hospital, because I'll volunteer in the evening.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be super late, but I'll always go down to the basement. It was the printer. The fax machine would receive the orders where I would have to take the things to, and it was just me. I got trained by my grandmother's friend, and she was there for like the first week or two, and after that, I was just by myself. That was like, I don't see how I didn't freak out.
Yeah, that would have been it for me.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, hospitals are creepy in and of itself.
Yeah,
I don't
and
really like
being there were two elevators, and yeah, one went down further to the morgue or whatever, to the cold room, and then the other, like they both went up. That one that it had that extra floor on it.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, that might almost change my answer. A hospital, yeah, yeah, that would freak me out.
Yeah.
Yep, I'd probably just sit in the lobby, find the lobby, and just sit there. I'm gonna wait for somebody else to walk up in this back room too. Hey, yep. How long you been here? I don't know.
Don't know.
I gave up a long time ago.
Yeah, that little hour I volunteered every week, that shit flew by quick. But yeah, that was it was creepy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I have a random question for you.
All right? What up?
Off from a question I heard. All right, so the options are this. Would you rather learn a skill, but you have to lose a skill in the process? All right. Okay. Or gain a superpower, but the based on the amount you use it, you lose. Let's say you lose X amount of time off of your lifespan.
Yeah. Did you want to say that?
You gain a superpower. It can't be immortality, obviously. So then that negates it. But so yeah. And so when I'm thinking like skill, so say like you wanted to learn how to cook, but then you lose the ability to read. So you can't read recipes, but you know how to cook. You know, but it's the skill that you lose is random. You learn whatever skill you want immediately. So you just say like, oh, I want to learn how to cook. Boom, you know how to cook. But the skill you lose is random. So it might be how to talk. You know.
Okay. So, okay. So I gotta just pick one.
Well, no. I'm saying, yeah. Which would you rather do? Would you
rather? Yeah.
So you can learn any skill you want. You could switch it up too. So it can be like, I learned how to cook. I lost the ability to run.
Yeah.
But I want to pick up the ability to run again, but you lose the ability to like drive a car, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's always going to be something random that you lose based on what you want to learn how to do.
Versus a superpower that you use and loses.
Yeah. So you can learn you can get a superpower, but just not use it.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Or choose when to use it.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly. And we'll say, just for the sake of argument, just so we can give a number to it, you lose like an hour off of your lifespan. Is that fair?
Yeah. I know my answer for both. Like, if I was in both scenarios, I know my answer. But you say an hour. That's not a lot.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah. So I think I would gain a skill.
Gain a skill,
lose a skill. Yep. I would. My skill I would gain probably like furniture making.
Furniture making
/ stone masonry or something like that.
Furniture making / stone mason.
Stone masonry, yeah. Like make furniture out of stone.
All right. Does it change your answer if it meant you lost your sight?
Yeah.
Like you still be able to make the furniture, buddy.
Yeah. I can't look at it and enjoy it. No, I wouldn't.
No, I'm not. It's random. So I mean, that's a good one, because I'd probably like. I guess I shouldn't have said skill, because sight is not necessarily a skill. It's just an ability. I should have said you gain an ability, lose an ability. That's more so what I mean.
Okay.
Because I'm still picking the same as you, though. I'd probably just gain an ability and lose one. Because you can always get that ability back. You just, whatever you lose next might not be.
might not be as favorable.
Yeah,
I would go that way.
Yeah.
If I were to pick like a superpower, I think I would pick. Damn, it's echoing in here. I would pick the ability to tell the future.
Oh, so you can see when you go. That's cheating. That's a good one though. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I got like 30 years left. I just won't use it no more. I got 30 years minus 1 hour. All right. Cool. I'm good.
I would use that ability to see the future to insider knowledge. Use that to build an empire.
All right, you're gonna mess around and use too much of it. You can like, all right, let me see what's about to happen next. And then make sure I can keep this going.
Right. Yeah.
That's how you're gonna get trapped.
Real nervous.
Yeah. Like you went 10 years ahead, but you didn't realize that all the stuff in between is like, oh, it didn't do well until year 9. And you in year 3 and like, man, it's losing.
Like, huh?
What is going on? I'm about to go bankrupt. Now you got to look back to see what went wrong.
No, I'm not gonna. Did I go? I can't. Just gotta play the long game.
Yeah, I'd probably if I were to do the superpower, I'd probably do like something. I always say this. I like the ability like of teleporting, either teleporting or telekinesis. Right, that's the one you move stuff with your mind.
Yeah,
I'd probably pick teleporting though, just because like. A vacation is nothing then.
True.
You don't even have to take PTO on the weekend or Friday when you get off work. I'm in Cancun, baby.
Already have the spot booked.
Yeah.
That's insane. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I'm there. We'll figure out living arrangements when I get there.
Yeah.
Or you just book your Airbnb ahead of time,
Yep. I'll probably that'll be up there on my list too. Yeah,
I'd probably use it too much though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd probably use it a lot. So it probably wouldn't be beneficial to me. But that's why I wouldn't pick that one because I know what I want is a superpower.
Yeah. I would use that one.
Yeah, and I'm not using it to save the world.
What, teleporting?
Yeah, I mean any superpower. That's the reason why. Like, I think it's very important to know, like for people in general, to know that everybody don't need superpowers because there's probably a lot more people like me than we give credit for. You know what I mean? I think like
just because they got superpower don't mean they're gonna be a superhero.
Yeah, because if I had telekinesis and I was able to move, first of all, you got to understand my mindset, right? Like if I had telekinesis where I'm able to move stuff with my mind, I'm not doing that so I can save somebody. I'm doing that because I don't feel like getting up out of the bed to go get the remote that I left on the counter, the dresser over there by the TV. And now I got to get it. It's inconvenient. So now I'm just going to like, hey, I need that remote. You know what I mean? That's why I'm doing it. Teleportation is because I don't like the travel time.
The inconvenience of travel.
Yeah, all this stuff is just for my convenience. It's not to save anybody.
I'm not going to inconvenience myself to save someone.
Yeah,
with my powers.
Yeah, I'll act like I don't even have the power.
That's what I would do.
Because
I'm a citizen.
Because the question I would ask is this. Okay, so somebody's like, "Oh man, my cat's in a tree." If I didn't have this power, what do you think I could do about it? So I'm going to do the same thing. Nothing.
Call the fire department.
You said what?
Call the fire department.
Yeah, call the fire department. They do this type of stuff. That's what your tax dollars are going towards.
Yep.
You got the police if something happens to your apartment or something. There's a lot of things. That's why we have insurance. Not me. If you didn't know me, would I help you? No.
Nope. If you didn't know me, I wouldn't. Back up. I don't have this power.
Exactly. And it's like I said, it's not to be mean. It's just like, I mean, like I said, it's just for my convenience. It's the only reason why I want it. And that's also the reason why I don't need it.
That's why I don't need it.
Yeah.
That's why I picked that future thing. I figured like I could just use that sparingly and get some information and then run with that for a minute and do it when I need. Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be easier to use just in a convenient moment.
Right.
Because pretty much anything, like if you had super strength, obviously I'm going to the gym and I'm going crazy.
Y'all want to see the strength.
Yeah, I'm about to show off. I'm really about to show off. Put that 370 on there real quick. Let's see how many.
Right. Yeah. What you doing? I'm working till failure.
Ain't this like that's 30 right there?
Yeah, right.
It's a light day. It's like this is my warm up.
Right. I forgot my rice cake before the workout.
Like 30. That's all I'm on. Hey, I need to keep going. Lost count. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Super speed. I'm world's fastest man. Yeah. I'm gonna be like Dash on The Incredibles. He was like 2, 3, 2, 2.
2. Yeah.
Like I'll get like second or third place up until like the final, like for the whole thing, for the, you know what I'm saying, for the championship of the world, whatever they call it, the world record. Then that's when I'm gonna turn up. Like, I'm like, man, he's been always in the hunt. He finally got over the hump.
Right. He broke his plateau.
Yeah. Anything is possible.
I ate my Wheaties.
Exactly. Getting all the sponsorships then.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. I would be irresponsible with superpowers. So
facts.
That's not a good one for me to pick.
Yeah. I don't know. The ability to build some really dope stuff with my hands that I would be able to use or have others use. I think that would be dope though.
I do agree, because I watched the videos of people when they do DIYs, and this dad built like a whole, like it's kind of like a tree house, but it's not up in the tree. It's like, I guess it's just a backyard, like shed almost. But he built it, and that like has a slide and everything, but on the inside it has like the arcade cabinets for his kids and stuff like that. It's like a little lounge inside. He built it from scratch, and I just thought that was dope. So
that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So
yeah, that would be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I do have a story for today.
What's good?
I didn't have a segue for it, but I do have a story. Saw that there was this thing. It's called I think it's the Frozen Hill people. Have you ever heard of this?
No. Okay.
So it's quite interesting. Let me see. Frozen Hill people. So it's quite interesting. They didn't have a wiki page for it, but it's let me see, is this it? Yeah. Okay. So the Frozen Hill people, and I'll just do, let me see, where's the little I want to see if there's like a little thing I can read. Essentially, I'll give you the gist of it, right? So essentially the Frozen Hill people were this like it's this urban legend around this community of people that when it got cold during the winter months, they would freeze the elderly and sick, like in their family, just stack them up outside.
Okay.
That way there was enough food for everybody else. And then when it was no longer cold, they would thaw them out. That's the gist.
And they would continue living?
And they would continue living, yeah. And they would just keep on going. So let me see. I gotta get all this stuff off of here. There's these ad stuff. This is not it was in Vermont, apparently. I'll share my screen real quick. The story of the Vermont's Frozen Hill people. All right, so yeah, once upon a time, the United States was buzzing with popular polar vortex. The account was okay. So settle yourself in for the chilling winter tale, the story of Vermont's Frozen Hill people. It was originally published on the page of Montpelier, Argus, and Patriot, December 21st, 1887. So this is in the 1800s, apparently. Reported to be true. The reporter found entries in his Uncle William's diary detailing one family's ritual of freezing their elderly and weak and putting them into literal cold storage for the winter. An extremely poor family of hill farmers isolated in a mountain town just 20 minutes from Montpelier were faced each year with the cold, hard winter of Vermont. Their meager food supply was not enough to get them through. Farmers are a tough breed and are problem solvers, though their horrific solution is the dilemma to this dilemma is not for the faint of heart. So yeah, okay. The family developed a process to freeze some of the members alive and then thaw them out in time to help out with the spring planting. Man, hey, all right. So right here, this is the problem I have, because all this is really not that bad when you think about it, like if it works. But this part, you gonna wake me up to work? Nah, I want all my food now, because I didn't took the time off, you know?
Yeah, they basically make them wake up to help plant food, and then they put them to sleep so they can't eat the food.
Yeah, because the crazy thing is, if I was too sick or old to work to eat, ain't I too old and sick still to be working?
One would argue.
That's what I'm thinking. They picked the older and infirm to literally hibernate. In this particular account, Uncle William witnessed the farmers drug 6 family members, 4 men and 2 women. As the drugs took effect inside the warm cabin, the family went about their business. Once the 6 were unconscious, they were stripped down to one garment and carried outside. Vermont's weather then worked its winter magic, and slowly the bodies began to freeze. Fingers, nose, and ears began to turn white under the glow of in the glowing full moon. In a few hours, the frozen bodies were then packed into a box with straw to guard against predators for their months of cold storage. So I ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but I mean, obviously the bodies were. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Maybe this tells. Also, kept the box cold and buried from January until May. It was then littered 6 bodies from the icy graves. Men dug away, snow piled. Okay, so how would they wake them up? Okay, the bodies were placed into steaming baths of a hemlock potion. After about an hour, color began to return and fingers began to twitch. Family members would rub the bodies continuously, and slowly the frozen healed people began to awaken. They were brought inside and seated next to a roaring fire and given a hearty meal, the first in months. After just a few hours, those that were frozen appeared to be completely revived and all the more healthy for their 4-month sleep. The legend of Hill people was spread worldwide. There were some old timers who still swear it's true. Okay, so maybe I am reading the whole thing. Okay, but anyway, okay, so like I said, like we were talking about, inherently, this is not a bad idea if it works. But the way that I know science to work, or the way the code works, is you're getting frostbite.
Yeah, and when your heart stops, you're
done.
Done?
Yeah, you're done. Because all the warmth, like when it's cold out, all the warmth is rushing back. The blood's rushing back to your heart to keep it warm, because it's trying to protect all the vital organs, right? Mm-hmm. So your fingers and toes are the first to go. Once those are frostbitten, they're no good. You can't do it. You have to cut them off, because that can spread and turn into you lose limbs,
Right.
So it's not going to turn white per se. I think it turns black, actually. I think you're
black. Yeah.
They start turning black and everything.
More rotten looking.
Yeah. And I think they'll eventually fall off, actually, if you don't remove them. But
I would imagine.
But so in theory, if it were to work the way they said it worked, great idea. Have zero qualms with that.
They must have had some they must have had good drugs wherever they used them put to sleep with. Used to put them to sleep with.
Yeah, that would be my other thing. In the 1800s, what would they been using to?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Had to be some good stuff.
Yeah.
But what was your other theory?
Well, so that was my other part, was that. So my theory is that in order to freeze effectively, you would have to do it evenly and over a quick amount of time, though, right? In order to preserve a body, right? In order to preserve a human body, it would have to be quick, I would think.
Like a flash freezing?
Yeah, like you would have to dip them, you had to submerge them, and they would be frozen like that. Like that's,
yeah.
I don't know how that worked, but it's like cryogenics, right? It would have to be something quicker. Because if you're just laying them out there in the cold, then like you said, they're going to get frostbitten, because
that's agony.
Yeah, it'd be painful. And then you probably die from hypothermia before you even get to the point of like all the other stuff.
Yeah, everything freezing.
Yeah, because ain't that what we talked about in Antarctica, right? They have actual life in those, like was it Antarctica? Or where was it? We talked about it before, where they had like prehistoric life, because it was like the way it was frozen over time. Like they were still able to have or maybe it was like plant life or something that still lived underneath it.
Oh, underground?
Yeah, underground.
Yeah.
So it would have to be like that, right? It would have to be like evenly and quick, to where your blood would still be able to flow if you were thawed out. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. But I'm just thinking, even if you're flash frozen, does that make you brittle?
Oh, meaning like you can just break off a piece of something, right?
not just break off, but just more susceptible to like if they're trying to put you in a box with other bodies.
I didn't think about that. Well, I mean, let's think about like a big piece of ice though. It's not necessarily easy to break just because of the density of it or whatever.
Yeah. But we still got the blood inside, right?
Yeah.
Blood flowing and circulating.
Yeah, because like, obviously I don't know the science behind any of this, but your blood should still be like.
This is a sci-fi movie.
Yeah. Let me see how this works, because cryogenics is a thing, and we can just let me see how do you even spell this. Okay, I'm gonna look up how the cryogenic stuff works. Let me see. Cryonics is low temperature freezing and storage of human. Okay, so it says cryonics is the low temperature freezing and storage of human remains in the hope that resurrection may be possible in the future. It's regarded with skepticism by the mainstream. It is generally viewed as pseudoscience, and its practice has been characterized as quackery. Cryonics procedures can begin only after the patients are clinically and legally dead. Procedures may begin within minutes of death and use cryoprotectants to try to prevent ice formation during cryopreservation. Oh, it is not possible to reanimate a corpse that has undergone vitrification, ultra rapid cooling. Oh, so no, my theory was completely wrong.
Not possible.
Yeah, if it's rapidly cooled, ultra rapid cooling, as this damages the brain, including the neural circuits.
Oh.
The first corpse to be frozen was that of James Bedford, 1967. As of 2014, remains from about 250 bodies have been cryopreserved in the United States, and 1,500 people have made arrangements for cryopreservation of theirs.
People want to be reserved?
Yeah. So, I guess, let's see. They argue that as long as brain structure remains intact, there is no fundamental barrier given our current understanding of physics to recovering its information content. Cryonics proponents go further than the mainstream consensus in saying that the brain does not have to be continuously active to survive or retain memory. Really? Controversially say that a human can survive even with an inactive, badly damaged brain as long as the original encoding of memory and personality can be adequately inferred and reconstituted from what remains. I don't get it though. Let's see. So they use some type of, it says cryopreservation is accomplished by freezing with or without cryoprotectant to reduce ice damage, or by vitrification to avoid ice damage. Vitrification is ultra, right? What was it called? Ultra rapid cooling. That's what vitrification is. But they just said that it's not possible to reanimate a corpse that has undergone that.
Okay.
So I guess that, I mean, like, even in theory, it doesn't sound
feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So myth debunked.
No. Myth debunked. No.
That's what it sounds like. It's folklore. I wonder why it started in the first place.
Well, that's a good question, because I the only thing I could think of is, like, how they had the girl that they found in the mountains. She was like part of like the Neanderthal era. They found her in the mountains frozen, and then like she was like supposedly intact. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. But and I think they thought that they could reanimate her, but why would you want to? I'd see the Iceman. Maybe this is not the one I'm thinking about though. Frozen Cave Girl. No, there was another one that was more preserved than that though. I thought maybe that was the one I'm thinking about. But either way, I think that, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know where they got that from then. I thought they can, because you can probably get like DNA, but reanimating the corpse.
Reanimating. I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Tissue gonna die, everything gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because now, even just thinking about it on that level, it's like, well, if there's no blood flow, that's when the tissues start dying, right?
Yeah.
If there's no nutrients being sent anywhere. And so it would, even if
so they were freezing their own people to eat. I think that's what they were doing.
They would thaw them out later for food. Gross.
They were cannibals.
Gross. That sounds more realistic.
Yeah. And then they just spun it talking about, we just put them to sleep, so we have food.
Yeah, because why they talking about they would thaw them out and then they would be like, they almost made it sound like they were healed from whatever they were dealing with, like if they were old.
Right. Yeah. Good 4 months sleep.
Yeah. How does that work? No matter how long you sleep, you can't sleep off being old.
And how hardy are the meals if they had to worry about freezing them in the first place and then waking them up at the end of the winter season?
That's another contradiction. You're right.
Yeah.
Y'all would have eaten all the food, right?
Right. That's
doing anything in the winter.
Scraps.
Yeah. It's a good point. It's like y'all could have just kept us awake then if y'all had these hearty meals.
Right. Could have just rationed it out.
And maybe they shouldn't have used hearty because that also makes it sound luxury at that point. Because like if you're poor, I don't know. I don't really hear people say like for like you're eating struggle foods, it's not hearty.
Right.
Like a bowl of Maruchan ramen is not hearty.
Hearty bowl of ramen.
It's survival. Betting lunch meat is not hearty. It's not a hearty sandwich. It's survival. It's 20 cents a packet.
1 slice of cheese.
Yeah. Now a nice bowl of chili that
that can be hearty.
That can be hearty because you got to have beef or turkey, whatever you use. You got to have the beans. You got to have some type of like broth or something.
Broth, the seasonings.
Yeah.
Chili seasoning. And
then if you got chili, you can't tell me that you didn't have enough money to buy like some pasta or rice because that's the cheapest thing. You can get bags of white rice. White rice is cheap. You can get, you know what I mean? And then put that over some rice. That can be hearty. That can be a hearty meal.
Definitely a hearty meal.
You probably even have enough if you got beef and beans and season pack and stuff like that. You probably got enough money to get some little bag of mixed vegetables.
Now you're pushing it.
Or can. You can get a can. You can get canned. You can get canned vegetables.
Frozen, yeah.
Yeah. Those are not expensive. Those, canned vegetables, a can of mixed veggies, like 90 cents. Now,
You sure about that?
Yeah.
$1.30.
Let me see. A canned mixed vegetables. 96 cents if you get the great value.
Okay.
See, I know what I'm talking about. So you talking about, you got you a meal. That's hearty.
I would agree. That has multiple ingredients in it.
Yeah.
Definitely filling carbs.
Yeah.
2 forms of carbs, beans and rice.
Yeah.
You getting full off that.
Yeah. So So that means they was lying. Because it ain't no way. Ain't no way you came about the winter with hearty food.
Vermont.
I guess in the 1800s too, we got to think about what was considered hearty. I want to look that up. What is a hearty meal in the 1800s?
Potatoes.
So they had roast, stews, potatoes, traditional puddings. Meals were filling, seasonal, and practical. I guess because you can have potato if they were growing potatoes and okay,
maybe a little bit.
So a common meal in the 1800s, it would have been porridge or bread and milk, apple pie, or milk and mush.
Milk and mush, that's what they call it?
Yeah. If milk wasn't available, sweetened water or molasses would fill in. Gross.
Yeah, I'm cool on that.
Yeah. So maybe they could have had hearty meals, but it hearty still sounds luxury to me.
But I guess to them it just means sustainable.
Yeah, that must be. It just didn't translate well. Because I'm definitely thinking about like wintertime, a nice bowl of chili, or some rice or pasta, maybe throw some cheese on top of that mug.
Yeah, they ain't got no cheese to sprinkle.
Nice roll with some veggies, Hawaiian roll preferably, to sop up the rest of the stuff around the bowl.
Yeah,
for sure.
They would think you chef, you could be chef back then. How they was eating, you come in and change the game.
Oh yeah, they would have thought I was like, well, they probably never mind. That was the 1800s, bro.
Yeah. Probably would have been food before anything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they wouldn't have rocked with that. Nah, buddy. They would have froze me too.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all almost got me. No, sir.
But no, I have not. That was the first time hearing of them. Frozen Hill people.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, none.
Was it about to be controversial?
A little bit, but not really. I'm just like, I wouldn't want to like associate my family with these people.
Oh,
if that was the case, like I wouldn't be proud to be, because I think some other stuff's happening.
Yeah, for sure. The more that we got to talking about it, and when you explained it that way, I was like, yeah, it sounds off. That sounds really off. Because off first glance, I didn't think that the freezing thing was real, but it was an interesting story, and I just didn't think much else about it. But then as we started talking and you said that, I was like, it does sound like a little bit of cannibalism was going on. Sounds like we're trying to preserve some food.
Right. Yeah.
Another food source.
Exactly. Another food source. Like, we're gonna freeze these people and they're not gonna make it anyway. So when we run out, hey, go get Johnny out of the cellar.
Go get him.
Dig him up.
Yeah. We having a right thigh tonight.
Gross. Nah, yeah, for sure. There's some foul play there, definitely. Yeah, and Uncle William, he caught it in his diary and he just tried to change it up.
Yeah,
you're an accessory.
Uncle William was not. Yeah, he was alive he was up obviously during the winter, so he was benefiting from those frozen bodies.
Oh yeah, that's probably where they got Hungry Man plates.
Oh yeah, the Hungry, yep.
Yeah, that big old chicken thigh in there.
Look, literally.
All we got is corn and was it probably like mac and cheese or something?
Probably some nasty ass mashed potatoes.
And porridge, mashed potatoes.
Yep.
And then that's how you get your chicken thigh. Get the big piece, because every last one of them things got a big piece of chicken in it.
Mm-hmm. Piece of something.
Yeah, something. Wine, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, them was fire though. For $1 or whatever. Not necessarily the Hungry Man, but the banquets or whatever.
Yep.
I low key kind of want one now.
Good and salty.
Yeah. You ever get the little bit of the breading of the chicken and it fall into like the corn and then you mix it with the mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Heavy fire. Heavy fire. I used to love that, man. Clean plate. Clean plate. I used to have Chris's freezer packed with them things when I wasn't eating a hot and ready pizza. Hungry Man, not Hungry Man, banquets and budded lunch meat.
Yep. Those are the days.
Yeah. I gotta get one for old times just to see what it was like for real.
See how it hit.
Yeah. Cause some stuff you realize you was truly just surviving. Like there's no way you thought this.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff I see now that, especially the frozen stuff I used to get. Yeah, I was eating that. Huh?
Mo had bought some ramen one day because she just wanted some ramen, and I looked at that. And I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I did not crave it. I was like, yeah, I can't believe I was eating this like that. Nah, yeah,
grown up.
Yeah. Nah, I can afford a little bit now, so
treat yourself.
Yeah, go get real ramen. Yeah, but I still eat hot and readies. So anyway,
that's that give and take.
Yeah. I actually still think those taste good though. So
see, yeah,
that ain't going nowhere. But some of the other stuff that I was eating, like I would never purposely get budded lunch meat today unless I had to.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
I ain't gonna say if I ever got down to it, I wouldn't. It's just if I got choices, that ain't gonna be it.
Everybody got choice. Yeah.
I only found out about that because of Jared. Jared told me about it.
I know. Jared put me on that too.
I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's like 20 cents a pack. I went and bought me like 5 packs of them things, but you use a whole thing to make one sandwich, though.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know they sold single pack lunch meats like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can choose what type of meat and everything. They got a whole bunch.
It got the job done. I'll tell you that much. It definitely got the job
did.
done. Shoot,
did.
Make you a whole sandwich for under $1.
Mm-hmm.
About. But yeah, let's get into this wiki, man. Y'all can go and do y'all research on the frozen people, the frozen hill people.
Let us know what y'all discover.
Mm-hmm. All right. Where do you want to start at?
Did the Frozen Hill people have a wiki?
No, I didn't have a wiki.
Oh.
We can start at Montpelier.
Yeah, let's do that. Montpelier.
Okay, Montpelier, Vermont. All right. And then where you want to go?
Let's go to Yeti.
Yeti?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
The drink.
The drink?
Or the brand. Yeti brand, yeah.
Okay, Yeti brand. Okay, cool. Let me see. Is it Yeti Holdings? This right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, Yeti Holdings. Okay.
All right. So Montpelier to Yeti Holdings. 3, 2, 1. Wiki. All right. Let's see. I think I already know what I want to do. Not that.
Oh, you know what? I have an idea.
What?
I know what I want to do too.
What?
The other route.
What other route?
To the Wikipedia, man. I think I'm gonna give you.
Oh, let's see. I wonder if I can. Ooh, yes.
Okay.
I might have cheated, but you let me know.
Oh.
All right. So
that was fast, though.
Yeah, I might have cheated, but if I did, then you got it. All right. So Yeti Holdings, and then I went to companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Why? And then it says New York Stock Exchange, New York State, Cooperstown, New York, National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, Montpelier Recreation and Field, and then Montpelier, Vermont.
Hey, man, that's fair.
He also, and then it had like a list of like stock exchange tickers.
It
was like, it had by letter, and so I clicked Y, and it took me to the list. So that's why I was like, I don't know if this is cheating or not. I'm about to click it. It didn't do it wasn't an external link though. It was still in Wiki.
Yeah.
So I mean,
no, it sounded like it worked. If you ask me, it sounded like it worked. I was about to try to find through like Action Sports. I was about to try to find like a sponsorship or whatever.
Yeah,
it was going to take me a minute.
It's unfortunate because
only because I allow it.
Big dog. That
was big. That was a smart play.
Hey, what Drewski say? I raised him. I raised him too.
Yeah. Smart play. I give it to you.
Dog. I'm a big dog. You ain't gotta give me that, man. I'm a big dog. Which I want to see. Which one y'all want to see? Huh? Y'all want to see Laverne or Shirley? Yeah.
Pipper Squeak.
Is that what yours is called? Pipper Squeak?
Yeah. Ironically, you get it? Like how big dudes are named Tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's corny though. It's kind of obvious. Like it's like a thing. Like Debo, his name was Tiny Lister. I forgot what his real name was, but it called him Tiny Lister. I always thought that was corny because I'm like, all right, man, we get it. It's a contradiction. You're a big guy with a small name. Oh,
so funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Yeah, but
It's also corny on the other side, like when there's a short person like Muggsy Bogues, and it's like associated with being small.
I don't know what you mean.
Like Muggsy Bogues, I forgot what his real name was. What's his real name? But either way, Muggsy, like you think of it, it's associated with
small. Okay, yeah.
I guess it might be because of him, but either way.
But yeah, I get what you mean. Muggsy Bogues. Okay. I'm looking at the new movies that just dropped. All right, let me get off that.
Hey, so you see what happens when a big dog win? It make everybody just like they short circuit. That's what happens. Rick is short circuiting right now. He don't even know where he at.
I did get confused.
He lost so fast.
I had to blank out.
He wanted to go to a different sport. He was going. He didn't want to play no sports. Actually, he just wanted to do something different.
I had to take my mind off the hurt.
Hey, that's what happens, man. When you end up in the wrong league.
This might be your 2 in a row.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. But you know, I'm on a run.
We still up.
Well, I don't know. All I know is I won the last 2. That's
it's like 5-2 now.
Is it?
Yep.
I don't know. Do y'all remember? I don't.
You don't remember now. You'll start remembering if you get up. You be like,
all I remember is Big Dog. Okay. You remember? Hey, speaking of, do you remember who won? You remember who won the Super Bowl in 2021?
Some of the Chiefs. I don't know.
Me either. I can only remember last year, baby. I can only remember last year. Big Dog. Big Dog.
All right.
We ain't worried about what happened 5 years ago, man. We talking about now.
All right, we're about to wrap it up for today. Hit that like, share, subscribe, notification, ding, ding, ding. Hit us with some suggestions if you got any.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah, man. Just make sure y'all keep going on there, subscribing and following us on IG and all that stuff. We'll have some more shorts and clips and things like that uploaded. It's been pretty busy for the both of us, really, but it's been pretty busy. So, but we'll be getting back on here and with our consistency and everything. So, but yeah, just keep showing us love. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yep. And yeah, huh? Oh, you had something else?
No.
Oh, because that's been another week of the Rick and Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm another half of your host, Rick.
We're gonna catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.